Hey there, everybody.
All right.
Bonjour.
Nice to meet everyone. My name is chaosdrifter. I'm going to be running KOTOR 1 for you guys today, and I'm going to be joined with Lane DeBello.
Hi.
Lane is going to be taking care of most of the glitch talking and explanation with that. And then we have our European Shoal here.
Hello.
I figured it wasn't right to do a European event without a European here. So you guys won the bid war with French. I've played a little bit in French, so there might be some parts where I get a little confused here, so forgive me, but everything about the game is exactly the same no matter what language you're playing it in, other than the voices and the actual language.
Alright.
Time's going to start whenever we hit enter after we do character creation, but we'll talk just a little bit about character creation here for a moment. So we're going to go 18 in strength, we'll do 14 in constitution, and 14 in wisdom, and 10 in charisma. So we're a strength melee-based character, so we want to hit as hard as we can. We want to pass some saves, so we get points in constitution and wisdom, and we'll also get 10 charisma for a check that we'll do later. And we're going to pick up 4 points in security, 4 points in persuasion, and 2 points in computer use to help us skip some stuff. And we'll go ahead and take a +1 bonus to all of our melee weapon attacks in the game. What's a good name that we can pick? Let's see. I'll just do ESA Marathon.
Wow, real original.
I know, right? I'm big brain over here. Okay, so real quick before we start, though, we are going to be doing a trick called a hard buffer, which is where I'm going to be quick saving about 3 or 4 times as soon as I load into this first cutscene, and it'll skip the cutscene if I do it correctly. If I mess it up, we'll have to watch the cutscene.
Time starts when he presses jouer.
All right. So yeah. So we'll do 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go. Whoops. Okay, well, I guess I have my split sound still open. That's not gonna work.
Oh god. Oh well, that was making things funny.
Alright, great start to start off with.
Okay. Okay. So I had to actually redo my buffer there because I saw the save wasn't in the right angle there. So we open up the footlocker to get some supplies, and we're just going to head right on out. Normally we'd have to do this whole conversation with Trask here, but we're able to skip it by skipping that conversation, and by already being ready and equipped. Oh, first shot. That's good.
Nice. All these fights here on the Inner Spire are actually RNG, which is, you know, quite interesting for speedrun elements. It's only a matter of, like, less than a second for any given fight, but except for this one coming up, but still, it makes a difference.
Getting a one-shot is fairly rare. At least to what I've found.
So here is one of the first major glitches that we found over the last, what, year and a half? It's been less than a year. It's called AMG, or the Anywhere Menu Glitch. So during a loading zone, or save, like in that case, don't do that, I'm able to Alt F4, which will give me a menu pop-up that we can carry on into cutscenes and other situations. And you'll be seeing that glitch used a lot throughout the run. It essentially enables almost everything else we do.
Now, what you saw him use there is that he used it on pause during that cutscene, which let him move his character around while the fight was occurring, and be more accurately positioned.
We're going to see another usage of the AMG relatively soon.
Okay. Hopefully Trask is nice to me here.
We put Trask with 2 blasters here, so he can basically one-shot everybody in this tutorial section of the game.
Yeah, 2 blasters do more damage than 1. Who'd have figured?
So another hard buffer to skip this abandoned cutscene. And now we're going to do a trick called Hot Shot. So, yeah, let's try to explain this.
You want me to do it?
I think you're the only one who can.
Alright, so what's happening here is that back from the buffer we did on deck 1, we have the quick save still remaining there, and then as he gets to the starboard section, he's making a hard save there. And then he's using another menu glitch like we did before to open the save menu behind the main menu. He arrows down to it and then reselects the load option. What this does is this takes the location data from our quick save and puts it onto the hard save, which causes him to warp back into the command section. Since this is the tutorial section, he was invincible in the command section, which that makes him invincible now. He will remain invincible for the remainder of the game.
That makes sense to you guys? Oh, by the way, the remains are listed as question mark, which is kind of interesting to me.
Oh, really? Is that? I guess it's just an artifact of the French talk file.
Yeah. That was not a good spire, but that is okay. So now this is one of the longest breaks that we have in the run. Yeah, this run gets
sequence.
Yeah, that one. Unfortunately, we can't skip it because it kind of breaks the game. All right. Hopefully, I do everything right here.
So we're starting up with the first planet here, Terrace. Terrace is probably the longest segment of this game, primarily because a lot of our glitches rely on various elements that don't start happening until later in the game. So there you see him do another buffer to skip this cutscene where he gets raided by some Sith people. And we're going to go do another interesting glitch here. So you'll notice he has the quick game menu, like pop-up pulled up here, which that's going to allow him to do a thing called pop-up replacements here during this buy. And what that's going to cause is him to go into negative credits by buying something he can't afford. Once you're in negative credits, that's considered an integer underflow. So the game considers that to be well in the millions of credits and allows him to buy anything he wants.
To put it simply, we now have a big boy credit card. So we can spend this credit card however we want on whatever we want. So it's fantastic. Unfortunately, we don't use it for that much. But we do need it because we can't get enough credits to get the stuff we do need.
Huh?
Oh yeah, your guys are in for a treat, believe me. So here we do, Carve told us to keep a low profile, so we immediately purchased some explosives, and now we're buying drugs. Because, yeah.
There we go. Okay. Some things are different in French, so it's throwing me off.
And the menus are always alphabetical order, and since things have different names in French, it changes stuff.
This is awkward. Just throw the grenade, please.
And you may have noticed that there was a little bit of movement there, that our main character just teleported to the module where Carp was located. This is known as a Gather Your Party warp, which can also be activated using the Anywhere menu glitch.
Yeah, we kind of just glossed over that detail. We'll be using that a lot.
The game doesn't like it when you enter into a load zone, like it's a door that warps you somewhere else when your party members aren't nearby.
I'm gonna have to do
and it gives you a pop-up saying you have to gather your party. Well, that pop-up will actually teleport you to the most nearby door, like you just did there. And so, by using a menu glitch, we can actually swap characters during that like conversation pop-up to warp any character we want to the nearest door in the module.
Alright, please, Largo, go down. There we go.
Yeah, we just murdered an innocent man. Nothing want to see here. We're keeping a low profile, of course.
I think innocent is... we didn't know. We just walked in there. He had a lot of experience on him. It's not our fault.
For those wondering about the alignment, we end this run pretty neutral.
Yeah, so... Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and equip the Sith armor to Karth here. We're going to do another Gip Warp in order to just teleport us straight over to the elevator.
Okay.
Is everything making sense so far, guys? Things seem good? Okay.
Yeah, what's funny is, you may not, I don't know if we mentioned it or not, but actually to get those menu glitches, he's actually hitting Alt F4 while the game is saving, which is probably the silliest thing that we do.
Yeah, we hit Alt F4 a lot. Okay, another buffer.
There's your secret. If you want to speedrun this game, you just hit Alt F4 on your keyboard.
It makes you go fast.
Okay, so we want to... Oh, thank goodness they all spawned. We basically need to kill all 3 of these guys for experience. This is the only experience milestone we really need to hit in the entire game, which is really nice.
Alright. Man, we just started and I already feel like I'm losing my voice. Lovely.
It's a lot. Oh,
alright, so here we do another set of gifts to get into an in-game area of the Beck base. And we're just gonna go indiscriminately murder 2 main characters for the sake of plot progression. As you do.
Normally we go on this entire side quest to meet up with a Twi'lek girl, go through the sewers, steal a prototype accelerator part, but no, it's just easier to kill these 2 outright.
So that's actually ends up skipping the 2 very plot important characters of Mission and Zalbar. We never see them, they get left on Terrace, sad. Sorry to see him.
This is really rough Ganon and Kira fight. Okay. So now we're going to do a trick called the flu. So I need.
Hope you like your keyboard ASMR.
Flu is short for fake level up. What we're doing is we're doing yet another menu glitch to swap to a different character while we're in the level up menu. This causes the variable that's checking to see if our level up's been consumed or not to get passed over to our party member. And because of that, we can level up infinitely. With some caveats, we don't get to keep all of the feats and abilities we get, but we do keep every skill point we accumulate, which is going to allow us to do some very broken things coming up soon.
Yeah, so now I'm going to level up all the way to level 88, so I can get enough persuasion, computer use, and security in order to do everything we want.
Which I think that would be, let's see, informatique is computer use, persuasion, and sécurité, maybe, I think? I don't know. My French is not great.
So, apologies about like the loud keyboard mashing here, but essentially I'm just mashing enter and up as fast as I possibly can. But, hi everyone, how are all y'all doing? Hope everything's going good in your lives. Hope all the coronavirus stuff is treating you nice and fine. I don't really know what to say for this. This is kind of a not a good flu.
It happens.
Might be a good time for a donation.
Well, it's almost over, but I think we have time.
Yeah, we got time for one.
Assuming someone can hear me over the keyboard sounds, yes?
Yes.
Alright, we have a $5 donation from Ori saying, "Hey Chaos, is there any chance you could hook me up with Lane?"
Ooh.
Good luck on the run, my man. Donation goes towards runner's choice.
I mean, we
tell
got
me that after the run. And I have a $5 donation from Jack of Hearts saying, "Statement, semicolon. Indeed, I'm most eager to engage in some unadulterated violence. At your command, of course, Master."
Nice. It's unfortunate that we don't ever get to see him in this this version, in the speedrun.
So, that door he just opened there, it has a DC 100 to open, which we just passed because of all the skill points. So generally that's impossible. It's like a plot lock. But yeah, we were able to open it because of the fake level up that we did. Here he's killing a couple extra people to make an XP breakpoint. This isn't totally required anymore, but it's still preferred.
Yeah, I guess technically this is an XP breakpoint. And we're going to remove Karth from our party because he's basically almost dead. And we need to enter into here for something else. So we do use our saves quite a lot in this run. Every save that we do does have to be made during the run, which is pretty normal. But we are allowed to overwrite all of our old saves, so I don't have to like get rid of all those saves from before, which is really nice, and I'm pretty thankful for. That's also really nice that they didn't pull out their shock sticks on me.
Oh yeah, those guys, they were enforcers. We just have the two banana men by the door. They have the stick. And here we go through another impossible door, and this we basically have skipped past the first half of the terrorist plot, and we're moving into the second half now. So brief cutscene here.
No one wants to practice their Huttese in front of everyone.
I mean, I would be able to practice it if I could actually have stream audio, but I mean...
that's fair. Alright, so now here we're going to do a really cool sequence, in my opinion. We do a hard buffer to start that off here, and we're going to talk to the swoop bike race guy here. And we're going to tell him that we would like to race, quick save, quick load, and then we're just going to do this 3 separate times. So this basically is going to trick the game into thinking we've started the race 3 times, and failing all 3 times. I think I'm going 1 over here, but whatever.
Yeah, the developers wanted to kind of go easy on us with this one, so if you're just really bad at the swoop race, if you fail 3 times, if you get even below 36 seconds on your final run, you will pass without having to do any more races afterwards, completing the quest. So by artificially failing 3 races, we only have to do a single race, and we don't even have to do that well, but of course we are, because we're speedrunners.
Yes, in this speedrun we lose 3 races. Could have figured.
So here, I'm actually not going to use the last level of boost.
Last gear shift?
Yeah, gear shift. Because it actually slows us down, because it sets us to a certain speed. which is slower than how we're able to glitch the game to thinking we can go.
And that buffer there skips the boss fight with Brejik, so we're just able to immediately go talk to Basla, who is still behind bars, and we just kind of leave.
Make sure to stay hydrated, guys.
Right? Water is very important, especially when fighting disease. Oh wow, you really pushed it on that buffer.
Yeah, that was not intentional.
I'm proud of you.
So now we're going to do a map CS skip. You may remember that... hold up, I actually need to focus for a second.
He did it so fast they probably didn't notice, but when he was going to the lower city earlier, he returned to the hideout and immediately transited back. That sets the last transit points to be right there in that module. So, when we return to the hideout after the swoop race, we are able to immediately transit back to where we were before, skipping all the walking to get to the Sith base. Well, most of the walking.
Thank goodness, but, ooh, I forgot to equip this and that,
Yeah, Basil's unarmed, yeah.
Yeah, we don't need it, but it's kind of nice.
Now, normally to open the door to the Sith base, we usually need to have T free, but because our main character has a security skill that far surpasses a astromech droid, we're able to enter in just fine. We don't need no droid.
Yep, so T3, yet another plot important character that's just going to be left behind here on Terrace. Also, some people are asking what CS meant, and that's stood for cutscene. So we skipped the cutscene where they're telling us all about this Mandalorian guy named Cancerous or something. I don't know his name.
We might meet him
He's
later.
going to be sitting in yeah, maybe later. There was in a cantina for us, but we don't need to see him. We can just break into a military facility, because why not?
There we go. There we go. And so we want to use the last 3 grenades that we have on this fight and hope. Okay. I'm just going to quick save here just in case, because this is a pretty decent start. Poison's okay.
I mean, it's better than nothing. We always throw grenades at the governor, because honestly, this is probably the most difficult person we fight in this run.
Yeah, this is the final boss now.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, it's the last legitimate fight.
Yeah, after the Sith Governor, we are not going to fight another single person until the very famous last boss of this game.
Stop being frozen. Please stop. There we go. Okay, great. Alright, and so now we're going to do another hotshot save. So that save that I made in the cantina earlier will work for us. So we're going to hotshot to there.
Yeah, so again, we're just warping to a module that we've previously been to by loading a save in there with the quick save data that we passed on to it.
Now
and he enters and exits the cantina here to set some variables.
Yep. Which now...
Wait.
Where
here he is. It's Canderous. Do you do the wrong combo?
There we go. Yeah. I couldn't, like, verify as I was doing it. These conversations are kind of tricky.
Pretty sure he talked to Karf first.
So here, what we did there was another AMG trick. That's called a free look AMG. So we menu glitch into the cutscene, and then by using the free look button, which puts us in the first person, that breaks the camera sequence and skips to the last line of dialogue. Then, while Davik was showing us around Davik's base, when he showed us the Ebon Hawk, we broke out of that cutscene with another menu glitch. And that way we could just immediately steal the Ebon Hawk without doing any of Davik's base quests. And now we're on Dantooine, and that was Terrace.
So another random glitch that we haven't really talked about is the duration glitch. So all those stems that I had put on all the way back at Zelka's are still currently on. And they're going to be on for quite a while. Lane can explain duration glitch a lot more, a lot better than I can, but essentially it's just going to let us keep stems and other force powers on for an extremely long period of time.
Yeah, basically the game makes the duration of an active effect longer when you go through a load zone, because it's left over from a patch that was for the Xbox version, because that one had much longer load times and had issues with active effects running out while the game was loading. So it carries over to PC for this effect of having a very long active effect. And yeah. This moment here when you're doing some of the council stuff, I think we can have some more donations if they're available.
Oh, I did the fast method.
I can use this moment to thank some of the subs we have gotten. We have XP Koala gifting 5 subs, and Luna is the best princess, and Adorono dear, I hope I didn't butcher any of these names, resubscribing. Thank you guys so much for that. The first 800 subs during this event will be matched by HyperX with $2.50 per sub. So if you want to support us, please consider subbing, maybe Twitch Prime or just normally. We greatly appreciate that. And of course, you can also donate. And if you donate, you have the chance of winning some of our prizes. For most of the prizes, you need to donate around $20 to $25 to enter. And you can win a lot of HyperX gear. Might want to look at that. It's on our prize page. And thank you so much.
All right, and during the course of that, he has become a Jedi and skipped all the cutscenes explaining how that happened. And we're ready to leave the Enclave.
What? Does it normally take like years to become a Jedi? Here we become one in like less than a minute.
Yep. You know, you thought like in the sequels that Rey became a Jedi too fast. Well, we got all our Jedi training done in under 30 seconds.
I do not want to talk to you, Canderous. Okay, so now I'm going to keep open a Ebon Hawk menu. So it's going to allow me to return to the Ebon Hawk wherever I want to. So we're going to use this to set up a transit point in an area that I really shouldn't be able to. Also, I can't remove Canderous from my party right now because I skipped the cutscene that brings us back to the Ebon Hawk that pulls Canderous off. It's a little weird. If you haven't figured out, this game is pretty weird. So we're gonna return to the Ebon Hawk right here, and hopefully this will be close enough. And hopefully Canderous won't get pulled away. Nice. Okay. Fantastic. And now we're just gonna beeline to Juhani.
Yep. So, you know, they just granted us some Jedi powers, and now we're just immediately going to go run and talk to some random Catwoman and, you know, sitting in a grove.
That's right.
For reasons that are pretty much unknown.
Oh, something that we also kind of glossed over is that we have a trick called a force buffer now. So instead of having to load hard saves every single time, I can focus on what I'm supposed to do.
He can just cast a force power to skip most cutscenes now, because this game doesn't like combat to be occurring while a cutscene is happening. So what he does is, by casting a force power at the end of a buffer, it briefly puts the game into combat, and the cutscene will never occur. So because of that, we never had to fight Juhani. We could just talk her down instead, pacifist style.
Huh?
And so here he hotshots back into the Enclave to talk to Jar. And we're almost done with Dantooine now. We just need to do one final mission for the Council.
Okay, so now we're going to remove Bastila from our party, and we will transit back, which will put us in the last place that we transited from, which is right over here, next to the ruins.
Yep.
We can skip this little cutscene going to the ruins here by just hugging the corner.
That's a cool skip. Also, I should point out, most of you that play this game will remember getting the Sith armor taken away from them on Terrace, but we still have it because of the sequence breaks we did, and we are going to keep this Sith armor for the remainder of the
I am worried that... Okay, alright, it didn't happen. I think I just jumped over his trigger. Okay, so we're going to do another fast lane for a door clip here. Let's get the right angle. That's not going to work. I am bad. Okay.
Oh yeah, that was a pretty bad setup.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, you just set it up again. Yeah, this glitch he's doing here is called a fast lane. It was named after yours truly. Not entirely by consent, but that's aside from the point. What we're doing is we are loading a previous save as the ability to return to the Ebon Hawk, and then pop up swapping the return to Ebon Hawk dialogue, and then loading back into our quick save, which lets us to return to the ship from anywhere in the game. Which, of course, leads to door clipping, because when you transit back, it has to recalculate the position of your party members, which can be behind doors if you're standing in the right position.
So we're going to hotshot again, because it's going to save us walking. And we're just going to run right up to Vandar here.
Jar still hasn't made it back to the council during all of that.
Yeah, so Jar, from the moment of saying, hey, you talked to Juhani, to now has, like, not done anything.
He's been trying to walk back to his place in the council, and he never made it back because we were so fast.
Okay, now it's... we're almost at the point where it's finally what I've been practicing all day long. The mid-game. So, if you are familiar with what's actually going on...
Things are about to get pretty interesting.
Yeah, so we're about to do... I need to make a Evan Hawk save. Okay, there we go. Nice. I'm glad I remember that. I have not been incorporating that into the practice.
Oh yeah, that could have put a lot of things wrong.
Okay, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this
Alright, so we head over to Manon first, and there you see there's another map CS skip to skip the cutscenes that occur between traveling the planets. This boots him back out on Dantooine, but when he does it a second time, it's going to boot him out on the planet he wants to, which is fast.
Okay, so now I'm doing 2 buffers here, and we're going to use that that big old credit card that we've got to buy some thermal dets.
Thermal detonators, the most powerful explosive in this game, and we're just going to load up on them.
Yeah, so we buy 5 of them there, and they're going to be used for something very important later.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
So now's probably a good time for a donation or two. We're just doing some walking for a while.
All right. I would like to thank Sonaris for gifting us sub, and I would also like to use this opportunity to maybe get you guys interested in some of our ESA merch. If you're looking to buy a t-shirt or a hoodie, you might want to scroll a little bit below the stream and click on our merch picture. Should be recognizable. And there you can check out some of the stuff that we're selling that would also support us, of course. Thank you so much.
So
Alright.
I missed some super secret tech there.
Oh no.
Yeah, there's a droid that's I was really interested about like how he would like say it in French, but there's a droid there that we call Bob, and he doesn't do anything for the run, except he blesses us. He gives us good RNG for the rest of the run, and tells us to obey all the laws, which we're certainly going to be following for the rest of this run. And speaking of which, we're going to now break into the Republic base and steal their submarine.
Yep.
Yeah, usually in this part of the game, we'd actually infiltrate the Sith base, and that would be actually pretty easy considering we're already wearing Sith armor. But here, we just break into the Sith base and steal their submarine.
The Republic base, and steal their submarine.
Mine bad.
Okay, let's see if I can get the cycle.
So yeah, so we just clip through the wall and immediately sail down to their secret Kolto harvesting base that we're not supposed to know about. Also, we're in Sith armor, so I'm honestly surprised that they weren't a little more upset at us.
So yeah, that's that new setup that I found, like today.
What, just jumping to the second guy? Or?
Well, so you have to do the quick saves on the 3 doors to buffer them. Can you please let me do that? Okay. And now we're going to get the underwater suit, the pressure suit, and then we're going to grab the sonic emitter so we can do some killing here. All right. Well, don't do that. Unfortunately, right now, all the Selkath are in the middle of their fight club that they didn't want to tell the Republic
super
about.
secret Selkath fight club.
Yeah.
So here, what he's doing is he's using the fast lane trick again to return to the Ebon Hawk from the bottom of the sea floor, which is going to allow him to remove the scuba suit, which usually moves quite slow. So now we're at the bottom of the ocean under immense pressure, wearing nothing but standard issue Sith armor.
It's pretty good.
Who knew the Sith were such great engineers?
And so now, I really wish that we could force jump to these fraction sharks. It'd be glorious. I actually just tried because it'd be really funny. Yeah, so all these guys are supposed to one-hit kill you, but we're invincible, so it's fine.
Yeah, that one little trick that was done back at the Ender Spire.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Also, some people are talking about the All Quest route for this. Currently, All Quest has not yet been rerouted with the new tech, so it's a nebulous place right now that has not been done yet.
There's actually a lot of discussion about the any percent route and what we're supposed to do with it. If it's not obvious enough, this is pretty complex, but we're not exactly at the crazy bit yet. Manon's pretty standard, other than the fact that we're invincible. So that's kind of nice. But now we're going to skip doing the whole philosophical question about should we save the animals or save the Republic, and instead we choose, not our problem.
We're gonna save ourselves.
Yeah, we just want to get the star map. So this is the only star map cutscene we can't skip, because the variable that we need from the star map cutscene takes place at the very end. Okay.
Yeah, the very last node of this DLG file is the script that we need, so we have to wait through the whole animation.
Which actually reminds me, up until now we've been skipping every single star map cutscene.
That's true. Okay, so now we're going to go to Kashyyyk.
Yeah, we're doing Kashyyyk second now.
Yeah. So this is a new route idea that we've been kind of formulating over the last week or so. So essentially, I should probably explain save teleports again. I should really get this over here. Okay. Sorry, I need to take care of a few other things on my desktop so I can manage what's going on. So essentially, we're going to be using Kashyyyk to go really fast with some of these coordinate warps in a moment.
Right. Which also, we haven't explained coordinate warping yet. So, whenever we do the hotshot trick, there's a side effect where the party members in our group will end up at the exact coordinates they were in the previous module. Which that means that if there's any coordinates that overlap between multiple modules, they will get warped to those locations, which has an immense amount of potential for some crazy skips that we're going to be doing later on.
Vous désirez?
So yeah, that is brand new tech. That has not been shown off before on stream, what I just did there. Real cool. Okay, so we do another hard buffer to skip over Calo Nord wanting to fight us for some reason. I've never even met that guy.
Yeah, and we never will.
Okay, and now we're going to A and G for this cutscene up here with Jolie, so we can just move during it. We have to wait for a certain part of this cutscene to play. Oh, where are you, Juhani? There we go.
Juhani was fighting Guitarn because he didn't get that good Guitarn skip.
Yeah, that Guitarn skip's really hard now since we don't have any kind of save teleport. Yes. There we go. Okay, I've got a little bit more memory left.
So what he's talking about with the memory there is that this, like most BioWare games, has quite the memory leak issue, where every single time you save the game, our memory allocation grows without bound because there's not adequate garbage collection in this game. As a result, you can get heap overflows very easily if you don't reset the program often. So that's what he's doing here.
Alright, hopefully we're not going to get stunned. I think it went off, but I didn't get it. Okay. 1, 1, 3, 1, 1. And now talk to the other guys. So we're supposed to talk to these guys to essentially like tell them to back off. They're messing with the wildlife here in the area, and we care about the animals here. And then we talk to Jolie, and he's like, hey, I like the wildlife here. Can you like take care of the Zerkas? Already done. We're going to add Juhani to our party, so that way she'll warp to the location that the main character is in. Which is another little fancy tech that we just haven't talked about, but...
Yeah, it skips a good section of walking, because generally if you leave a party member or even MC in a certain location, you can get swapped around. Which is very helpful for this particular module, because you don't need your party to be near you to exit into the lower Shadowland.
Okay, and so now we're going to fast lane back to the Ebonhawk. And then we are going to hotshot back into here. Do we need to save here? No. Okay, alright. Okay, and so that'll put, that hotshot there will put Jolie and Juhani right next to the computer.
Yeah, so that skips a whole bunch of walking here in the lower Shadowlands, and we're ready to get our second star
thank
map.
Goodness.
Interestingly enough, Jolie's been trying to open the star map for a while, but couldn't because there hasn't been a match found. And for whatever reason, it reacts to us mysteriously. I wonder if we'll ever find out why.
Spoiler, we don't ever find out why. We skip all the story in this game. It's so sad.
It is. Big, big sad. Alright, and so with that, we are now going to head over to Korriban. Doing another map CS skip here. We actually have to do it twice because there's 2 cutscenes that play. And I think now is a good time for another donation or 2.
Alright. I would like to use this opportunity to remind everyone of some of the bid wars that we have going on. Later on this evening we have a bid war for Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light. You can choose Lara's outfit. There's a couple options. You probably want to check that out on our donation page, where you can see all the different options. There's Doppelganger or a classic outfit. And then there's another donation goal that we have later on in the marathon on Sunday. If you feel like this marathon is not long enough already, you can get another game into the marathon called Pet the Pup at the Party. If you donate another $200, you can get that game right after Fight Crab any percent into this marathon.
What was that game
name again?
We all
love the puppies, right?
Hold up. Can I get that game name again? Because I might have to donate to that.
Oh yeah, Pet the Pup at the Party. So it's a game where you pet dogs at a party.
That sounds.
And you only need $200 more to pet dogs at a party.
Sounds worth it.
Please, guys.
So
donate
I suppose it's worth some explanation at this point. You'll notice that he's quick saving a lot more than we already were. This game has a glitch in it called the save teleport, where our velocity gets extended the longer a quick save takes. So as we get later into the game, we can start hitting quick saves as we roll along to get these small teleports forward, which is very good movement tech, albeit slightly annoying to the viewer.
While we're at it, should I just go ahead and invalidate my run? We can also technically do a trick like this, where we can just do a whole bunch of like really fast movement. Although it's very random and not very entertaining to watch. It's even
also it's not allowed in 80%, so this run is now invalid. So,
yep, that's okay. I'm too far behind for it to be worthwhile. Okay, and then we're going to do another save here. We're going to return to the Ebon Hawk. And now we are going to head to Tatooine. So something, I guess we can talk about it later. Okay, thank goodness I didn't get Giska on my party.
Marathon run Giska.
Yeah, please no. Something we haven't talked about, which is something else that we are doing during those map CS.
Oh, right. So whenever he's in the galaxy map in this game is quite broken to where you basically can menu glitch it without trying at all. Just by hitting the equipment menu button while he's traveling between planets, it's leaving his inventory open in the background, which whenever you open the inventory on the Ebon Hawk, it creates an additional deep copy of your inventory for each party member. So by doing that and leaving the Ebon Hawk while that inventory menu is open, causes every single item in your inventory to be duplicated for each individual party member that you have at that time, as soon as you pull them up. So this is going to be used for some fun later on.
Okay, and so now I was able to warp into the where the star map is for Korriban, and now we're going to just warp straight on back. Oops. Maybe second time's try. There we go. Cool. Oh, I should not be doing that. I need to remove these guys. Okay, because of that reason. There we go. All right. Great.
All right. Yeah.
And okay, yeah, I've got more than enough of this dupe. Okay. Okay, my save teleport. The save teleports start to get a little bit unwieldy about this point. Whenever you're starting out, you kind of want to use force speed for some of these things, but
we don't do that. We're here for max distance.
Okay, and I'm actually going to kill my game now because I'm about to crash again. So we'll typically have like 2 to 3 resets during the run just to compensate for this. And now we're just going to go straight across the Dune Sea. I apologize.
The safe teleports are very great here because it just clears so much distance.
It's also really nice because we do time in in-game time. Oh, that was weird. I must have barely nicked the trigger. Oh, okay. Alright, let's back it up.
Alright, twice.
Ooh,
Pretend
this is
charm?
very unlucky.
That doesn't usually happen.
Nope.
Just soft buffer past it and walk in from the backside.
It's not even letting me do that.
Excuse me.
We'll just do this. Okay, there we go.
Alright, backup strats.
Okay, there we go. Whew, that was very strange.
That's never happened before.
Whoa!
Ba 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 ba.
Yeah. Alright, so now we're going to skip over the whole Crate Dragon sequence. But first... Okay, alright, great. We got what's important.
Good,
Purple
good.
percent.
And never forget the purple crystal. It's a plus 23. It's a plus 23 bonus in strength. It's just not visible.
Thank goodness he moved.
It's plenty plus 23 bonus in strength in our hearts. The reality is, it's become a long-standing tradition of the Koto run to get the purple crystal. A tradition that many people forsake, including myself, because it's actually slower. But for the longest time, people have been getting the purple lightsaber crystal, and we decided to do it for important things like marathons.
Okay. So with that, since
That's our last star map.
Yep, now I'm gonna just go ahead and... Ooh, I'm not the right place. There we go. Nice. Purple. Just how we want it.
We don't get Sandari anymore. What are you doing? So if you notice in there, we had like 16 copies of Bastil's lightsaber.
It's fine. It's fine. It's totally okay.
We already told him the whole inventory gets duped.
We didn't talk about how much it gets duped by. Did we?
Ah, that's fair. I think I kind of mentioned it. Well, anyway, we have a lot of items, fellas.
Oh. Nice. Okay.
So it's actually preferred to get a fighter encounter there, because it can skip some walking whenever we do the AMG trick. So here we're on Lahan, also sometimes called the Unknown World, also sometimes called Rakata Prime. It depends if you read the Darth Bane trilogy, play this game, or play SWTOR. But anyway, it's the Rakata planet.
Oops, don't
and
do
we're
that.
doing a lot of save teleports here.
Alright, save the Giska, please. Okay, nice. There's a tiny cutscene there. Okay, alright, I did hit that. I did pick up the ship parts. We all saw it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here he's doing another gip to just clear out some movement, just more little small movement tech strats. And here we're going to skip the entire quest on Lahan by just clipping into the temple, using yet another gip.
Okay, and we don't want you. We want to bring Karth now because we kind of, with some of the other hotshots we've done, we've kind of broken Canderous. So he's not exactly reliable to bring with us anymore, which is really sad. I missed Canderous.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm doing that. That's okay. Karth's still cool, I think. Alright.
For those who may have forgotten, we are invincible. Let's also talk about that in chat.
Yeah.
Yes, it was done at the very beginning of the game at the Endar Spire.
Okay, please don't go badly this time. Okay. Thank goodness.
That was kind of weird, but alright.
It works. Alright, now's probably a good time for one donation or two.
Alright, I would just like to remind everyone that if you donate, you can actually win some prizes here. For example, for a minimum donation of $15 combined over the marathon, you can win a French indie game bundle or a HyperX mousepad. And for even more than that, you can win a mouse for $20, or for $25 you can win different headsets. Thank you.
If you just noticed there, Bastila beat us, snuck off and beat us to the top of the Leon Temple summit.
She's also dressing all edgy now, but who cares? And she just left in that ship, and we don't really hear from her again. So, oh well.
Okay.
No need to fight or anything. We're pacifists, remember?
And so, if you didn't like save teleports,
we haven't killed a single person since Terrace.
Yeah. If you... Okay, that was weird. If you don't like save teleports, we're done with them, for the most part. We do them for a buffer, but, okay.
Say goodbye to loading screens for the most part.
Because the game clears out all of... Actually, for once, does some garbage collection whenever you go to Starforge. So a big portion of our save file has been shrunk, and we don't get the teleports. And here we are. We're off to the Death Star. I mean, Starforge, sorry. Totally not similar in any way.
Okay, alright. So we need to level up Jolie there just so he can have force speed. It makes a big difference for us in terms of movement. So much so that, like, there's another character that we could get a hold of that would do a lot more damage than Jolie. But we have no way of getting force speed on her in time. So we just don't do it.
Reminder, what level are you right now, Chaos?
Oh yeah, we're still level 5.
But Chaos, how on earth are you going to defeat Malik at only level 5?
Luck?
Oh
RNG?
yeah, you think you're just going to be that good at this game? You think you can hit him? You know, you can't change dice rolls. You can't change stats, Chaos.
Well,
better figure out something bad.
Well, as the wise Obi-Wan Kenobi just said before he died to a saber and got killed by some old dude, there's no such thing as luck.
Yes, you.
Yeah,
that was almost
sure
very
that's the
bad.
line. I'm very sure that's the line.
From my experience.
A little bit of spaghetti here, but you know, it wouldn't be a marathon without some noodles.
Okay, I'm also gonna just do this just in case that first save doesn't work, but it should work. Okay, alright. So we're gonna do a little buffer here to skip over this cutscene, and we have to hard load this, so I can't actually use force powers there. And we are now going to just do a few more gips. Trying to be as efficient as possible, so that way while they're moving towards a door, I'm controlling the other character. And we're going to gip to the end of the elevator here. Move a little bit here. Whoop, that's the wrong direction. The camera likes to change a lot about how it's angled whenever you're... You know, you remember yourself at one angle and then you turn it a little bit, and it's just a little weird. Okay.
And this game takes some getting used to, for sure.
Okay.
Alright, we're in the home stretch, boys and girls.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Okay, that's unlucky. I thought I had enough
You
for
have
that.
the hard save on deck 1.
We're gonna try to load into this real quick. Oh, it worked.
It worked? Oh my god. Now that's
Alright.
marathon luck if I've ever seen it. It's only like about 1 in 10 times if you crash on a quick save that you're actually able to load it again.
Whoops.
That was almost...
I almost just overwrote my my save there.
Yeah,
That's an amazing PogChamp moment right there, boys and girls.
Chaos D10 Pog.
Messieurs et mademoiselles.
Oh,
okay,
Jolie
lame.
hit the cutscene trigger. That's okay. All right, so we're going to move Jolie just up just a little bit here. We will. I need to make sure I'm in the right spot. We'll just go over the.
You focus on what you're doing. What he's doing right now is he's setting up a coordinate warp to warp his party member behind the Triple Sith fight, so that he doesn't have to fight them. Also, this puts it behind the door that triggers Bastila's cutscene here on the Starforge, so we don't have to do either of those fights, assuming that the hotshot works, which is it's being a little much here.
Okay, that didn't work. The problem is trying to understand like where I am with some of these different names. I thought that was that. Is that not that? The center of commandment should be where I'm hotshotting to.
Yeah.
Because this should be.
You go from deck
Okay,
1 to command center.
okay. So this is where I want to go to.
So yeah, you quick save in the place you want to go to.
Okay, there we go.
Yes, that should work right
There
there.
we go. Okay. Apologies about the hesitation. It's pretty complicated. So
Yeah, this is not easy to wrap your head around in any extent, and it's all relatively new.
okay, all right. So we skipped this conversation there with Malik, and now we're on to the final boss fight.
Well, it looks like this run's over because there's no way Chaos could defeat Malik at level 5.
Okay, yeah, we're good. Oh, he's just called Dark Malik.
Oh, but he's going through with it. Foolhardy Chaos doesn't know when to quit.
And
Run away, Jolie!
What? What is he doing? He's
We're just
throwing
gonna-
the grenades!
Don't die.
Thermal detonators from.
See you.
So, remember when we bought those thermal detonators from earlier and then did a bunch of item do?
Yeah. We currently have well over 100 thermal detonators, which
Okay.
is the most powerful grenade in the game. So instead of fighting Dark Malik here like a real Jedi, we're just gonna blow him up.
Yeah, so we're closing in on the end of the game here. There's probably about a minute and a half left.
Assuming everything goes alright.
Yeah.
We'll be sure to screen time when it ends. Also, if you just
Is-
want to see
is
if
he
there's
just not
timing.
Oh, that's right. The voices are different.
Oh,
So he
right.
probably gets
Yeah.
through the line faster, but the animation still takes as long.
So the time is going to end whenever Darth Malik's health bar hits
Please.
1.
And turns blue.
Yeah, it'll turn blue, kind of. It's harder to see because the bar is so small, but...
We're just
Alright.
gonna go around and just eat these delicious Jedi popsicles.
They all look like us for some reason. I don't know what that's all about.
Okay, I couldn't get
Not to
the angle
mention,
on that.
also, if
That's
you
a
ever
tricky
play this
angle.
game casually, you know you don't usually get party members for this fight. But here we are.
Okay, alright. Turn off solo mode, and now we can just start nading him. So we don't want to nade him any earlier, because if you don't destroy all those tubes, it'll basically... Oh, this is a good fight. He just immediately got
Add
knocked
more
down.
phasers.
Yeah,
Oh,
it'll
yeah,
add...
he's got him in the stun lock.
We're ending this
gonna go
run with a bang, baby!
There we
And
go.
time coming up real soon. You're gonna have to call it chaos because we have stream delay.
Time.
Hey! Look at
All
him
right.
go. That's KOTOR, baby.
Yeah! Alright, so... Oh my god, Malik's voice is actually pretty cool in French. That was...
C'est impossible.
Boom. Okay. So yeah, this is KOTOR 1. We've got a really awesome community right now with a whole bunch of different runners and a bunch of different glitch hunters. The KOTOR 2 run is just as interesting as this one. If you're not into all the glitches and all the complicated routing and all that kind of stuff, don't worry, we have other routes if you are interested in just playing this game. We have no major glitches, which doesn't feature any AMG, so no menu glitching, anything like that, and it skips over the flu, so it's a lot more accessible. And then there's also glitchless if you just don't want to do any glitchless, and we're currently trying to work down that to sub 2 hours sometime soon.
You
Or
can find our Discord at speedrun.com/KOTOR1 in the sidebar.
yeah. We also are starting to pick up on Pizzac runs, so if you're into gambling and all that kind of stuff, we're getting all into that, which is kind of fun. I stream pretty much every day, so if you are interested in seeing me grind all this kind of stuff out, follow me. It's greatly appreciated. I'm currently doing nothing else during the coronavirus stuff, so...
Oh yeah, Chaos. Also, Aori is demanding a shout out.
Okay, shoutouts to Aori. He did the Mass Effect 2 run earlier. The BioWare Discord's all really cool. So if you did check out that run earlier and you're interested in Mass Effect 2 or any other Mass Effect run, or really any BioWare run.
Yeah, shout out to the
definitely-
Bio Bros, the Bio Runners.
The Bio Runners. That's right. Where is the Ebon Hawk and our crew? I forgot to break that cutscene, but that's okay. I'll break this one.
Yeah, we're gonna go in and stand inside the end credits like any classic KOTOR speedrun.
I can't remember how to...
You were supposed.
There you
It's a
go.
force buffer.
Vous avez vaincu Malak,
Ah, I can't even break the ending.
Ah, you did it wrong. Oh,
It's okay, whatever.
you can't quick load this. It's gonna break your game.
Breaking our game is basically normal for us.
All right. Well, anyway, that's KOTOR. Yay!
Yay! Thank you guys so much for
so
checking
much
us
for
out.
that.
Very broken run.
I think that's kind of an understatement. Yeah, there will be new things coming for this. We did just get sub 40 in the category, and I'm going to be trying to take back my world record here pretty soon. So stay tuned for that. So
all right.
So yeah.
Thank you guys so much for that. Don't
Yep.
forget to donate for the puppy, and
Yes,
we're gonna
please.
be heading to the intermission.
Do it.